Okay, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you feel incredible this beautiful morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a self esteem development fanatic, starting with my own. I'm a revenue acceleration expert. And the whole purpose of this morning call every single morning is to help you go further, faster, with less effort. This is a good time for you to join us on Instagram because we are coming to the end of the saga where we'll be doing the affirmations only on the phone call. We're going to start doing the affirmations that we do after the trainings every morning on Instagram. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, this is a good way to do it. Go to Mr. Haziq Ali on Instagram, Mr. Haziq Ali. And as we move into this new month, we're going to try out something new. I put out a survey, a little poll of sorts, and it came back overwhelmingly that you guys want to do the affirmations live. So that's what we're going to start doing. As a matter of fact, what I love about Instagram is that it's going to help me involve some of you all in the affirmation. So some of y'all will be helping to host the affirmation. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you've never tuned in before, this is your first time joining us. Every Monday we do mindset training. Every Tuesday is all about sales tips. So please share this with somebody. Every Wednesday is all about marketing. Every Thursday is leadership. And then every Friday we have free coaching Friday. But right now it's time to represent you. We still got a couple minutes for you to get all the free promo you want. Let them know what kind of business you have. If you tune in all the time, you might want to have this saved as a shortcut in your phone. So you can just throw it in there real quick. Hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I help people. And that will allow me to throw you on the Summer Jam screen every single morning. Ain't that right, Samaya? Good morning. Good morning. My man Damon Ivory is in the house. Mark Anthony Arnold made it in. My man Jerry Ferguson. What's up? Hey, Chanel. Glad you made it in, Queen. What's up, Yuli? Yuli tuning in a little late. Yuli slept in this morning. What's up, Taisha? Good morning. Good morning, Naire. If y'all didn't follow me on Instagram yet, this is a good time to do it. We're going to start going live on Instagram as well. And I need y'all there so we don't look crazy. I don't know how many lives you participated in on Instagram, but if the person ain't got 100K followers, they be looking crazy as I don't know what on that joint. And we don't want to look that way. We want to represent. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. All right. All right. So this morning, on the mindset tip, some of you that follow me on Instagram already know I was at my homecoming this past weekend, FAMU homecoming. I don't know where all the Rattlers is, like strike again. And it reminded me how much more emphasis I need to be putting on networking. I was reminded once again. Some of you saw the reel I put together for FinCon, this financial conference that I just went to in New Orleans, and I was struck with the same thought. God is definitely talking to me right now. And I just want to remind you, and this might be a good way to start this off, it's not your network that creates your net worth. I know that's what you've been told, and it sounds so cool, like it all rhymes and stuff. It's like your network is your net worth and all of that. But check this out, y'all. It's actually your network times your self-worth that equals your net worth. Can somebody give me that in the comments? The millionaire minded way to think of it is that it's your network times your self-worth that equals your net worth. Does that make sense? I understand that, we're told that it's all about who we know and who knows us. But what's more important, y'all, is how we feel about ourselves and the value that we can bring to these relationships. It makes sense, right? That the larger our network, the greater our exposure to this crazy world we live in, to this beautiful world we live in. And additionally, the people that we surround ourselves with, we understand they're going to directly impact our experiences. They're going to directly impact our opportunities. So why don't we prioritize networking? Why isn't that a part of our daily agenda, our weekly agenda? Why isn't that a task that we put on our to-do list every week or every day? Why isn't that a goal? Maybe it's because we think that networking is some kind of serendipitous phenomenon. You know what I mean? Maybe we think that networking is just something you do at a networking event. Maybe we're intimidated by the process of networking. Maybe we feel like it's only for those extrovert people. Maybe we think it's only for those salesmen, right? And saleswomen. So what do? We inevitably delay the organic growth that would come from us building better relationships. I'm talking about relationships through our friends, through our family, through our coworker, relationships that we could build by introducing people to others. And I'm gonna get to more of that in a minute. But it's time for us to shift our approach, because in reality, when you are praying for a blessing, when you are praying for an idea, when you're praying for help, when you're praying for support, when you're praying for a circle of people that encourage you, you're really praying for people. Every holy book that's ever been given to us from on high was really a book about networking, if you'll just allow yourself to think of it that way. It's time for us to shift our approach, because it's people that play a part in our achievements. It's people that are going to help us pursue our goals. And if done with consistency, this whole idea of networking can be what gets you a job. It can be what gets you a promotion. It can be what gets you access to the top tier talent. It can be what gets you a soulmate, for all of my fellow single people out there. All right. So there are some things that high performers in this whole skill of networking understand that others don't. There are things that high performers in the skill of networking understand about the power of a large network. They realize the value a large network brings, and they've developed an intentional and disciplined approach to how they're going to build this into their daily routine. This is all about consistency, right? This is all about them having a different mindset about where this should be on their priority list. And I want to challenge you this morning to adjust your own. So, how do we establish a daily discipline? I'm going to give you 5 tactical applications that you can use. Hopefully, this will help make it fun. Hopefully, this will help make it feel more purposeful as you navigate this thing called life. And my goal is to give it to you in such bite-sized pieces that you can share it with somebody else. So, if you're ready, give me a number 1 and a share. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. My man Daryl made it in. Glad to see you. Darnisha made it in. Give me a number 1 and a share if y'all are ready. If you got your note, if you got your pen and your pad. Oh, that's crazy. It was supposed to go out, Jeff. I don't know what happened, bro. That's wild. It didn't send y'all a message this morning? That's cold, man. I got no answers for that. I definitely set it up to go out. I appreciate you telling me that. Technology, man. What you gonna do? I will tell you this. We're about to start this thing up where we're gonna go to Instagram. So if you haven't met us on Instagram yet, that might be something cool to do. Yeah, that's bizarre. I don't know what happened to the morning message this morning. I definitely tried to send it out. That's cold. Yeah, you ain't get a text today neither. That's wild. Well, I appreciate y'all being here. I mean, we doing something right if y'all didn't even need a reminder this morning. Turn on your notifications, everybody. That's a good reminder. So if you're watching on Facebook, there's a bell down there. No, if you're watching on YouTube, the bell is up there. If you're watching on Facebook, the bell is down there, I think. So click that thing and turn on your notifications. All right, let's get busy. We don't have that much time left. All right. So everybody gave me a number 1. You guys are in the house with me. First thing that you need to do is understand the essence of networking. Yeah, appreciate that, Tish. I appreciate that. That makes me feel so loved. What's up, Dr. Marilyn? Glad you made it in this morning. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, Samaya said she received the text, but it came in after 6:30 Central. Yeah, I can't call it. I can't call it. All right, but appreciate that, y'all. We're going to get them together. All right, here's number 1. Understand the essence of networking. Understand the essence. You need a why. Why are you networking? And at its core, all networking is relationship building, right? What we're doing is looking to build relationships with people whom we can share with, learn from, provide mutual benefit, right? It's relationship building. Every relationship in your life is value for value. Do you know you have certain people in your life that you hang out with just because they're cool to go have a drink with on a weekend? You got other people in your life that you hang out with just because they make you laugh. You have other people in your life you hang out with just because they're miserable in the same way you're miserable. I hate to say it like that, but I'm gonna tell you something. I hope I ain't in the wrong place to be real. So, no matter what kind of networking you're doing, no matter what kind of relationship building you're doing, you can separate them in your mind with two different ways. You can say, I'm doing digital networking or I'm doing social networking. You know, when somebody puts up some relationship post, they complain about their man who they still gonna be with next week. And then you two are like, girl, you know? So what you're doing there is digital networking. It's just not happening in the right direction. It's just not pushing you forward, right? But that is networking. Another one is social networking. So digital networking requires a platform, like when y'all go in there on Facebook and comment on their garbage, you know. But same thing happens on LinkedIn. Same thing happens on Instagram, TikTok, right? And what digital networking allows you to do is discover, all jokes aside now, people with unique talents, people with career positions that you're interested in. You get to bond with them. Social networking, on the other hand, is that live human to human interaction that usually requires a specific event or an environment. Like when I was at FinCon last weekend, or when I went to FAMU's homecoming this past weekend, it was social networking. You know, you're catching up with people you haven't seen in years. And it's just like, oh, what you up to now? Oh, well, follow me on Instagram or take my business card. Sometimes people get mad, like, I'm not taking your business card, Hazik. And I'm like, okay. I just like giving out cards sometimes because when they pull the card out, they remember that we met because life will keep on lifing. No matter what your technique is, those are the two ways for you to kind of think about networking. Because if we're going to make this a daily discipline, I don't want you to be beholden to, did you make it to a meetup? And we'll talk more about that in a minute. I want you to recognize you can even put that 30 minutes, that 45 minutes, that hour in your calendar every day, that 2 30-minute blocks, that 4 15-minute blocks, that 2 15-minute blocks. You can put that in your calendar because it don't depend on an event. It can just be digital. All right, so here's the second one. Here's the second one if we're going to make it daily. Here's the second one. Block out time. Somebody give it to me in the comments. Number 2 is block some time out. Block some time out. Check it out, man. Unless you're one of these, I don't know, superhumans who have 2 to 3 networking events every single week, you're going to have to build some time into your daily schedule. Ain't no way around it. This is going to build sort of a foundation into your routine. This will create a discipline, right? Select the time that works good for you. Maybe you're going to do a 30-minute time block. Maybe you're going to do a 60-minute time block, but you got to do a time block. And keep this in mind. The true value of networking doesn't come from how many people we can meet. The true value of networking is how many people we can introduce to other people. That's my favorite thing to do in a networking event. My favorite thing to do is to connect with somebody and then find somebody else in the event that I can connect them to. Whenever you connect two people, you're the most powerful person in that equation because whenever they meet up from then on, they're always going to remember, oh, Hazik introduced us. You know what? I ain't talked to that dude in a while. Let me reach out to him. You get what I mean? The power of networking is how many people we can introduce to others. Here's the third one I got for you. You ready? Establish your digital outreach. Establish digital outreach. This is going to be really important in the years that we live in and the times we live in. There was a time in the past when you didn't even have this as an option, but you've got to ensure in this day and age that your digital profile is up to date, that you are engaging, that you are showing your value by using your platform to display some of your experiences, display some of your accomplishments, display some of your values and principles. You can be telling your story through hobbies you have, through certifications that you've gone out and claimed, career experience. And then, of course, you sprinkling in personal history and all kinds of fun anecdotes. You're just sprinkling that thing in like parsley. If you're concerned about how your profile looks, ask a close friend, ask a family member, ask somebody who loves you to point out areas that maybe you should highlight or areas that maybe you should remove. And then once you've polished your profile, it's time to create that outreach message, right? This is something that's genuine, something that's clear, something without a bunch of tangential fluff, right? Maybe you're just saying, hey, Hazi, I hope everything's good. I noticed that you are skilled or have a background or you hold a position in X. Well, hey, I'm always looking to connect with interesting people so I can share and so I can learn. Would you be open to connecting? My background or my skill or my talent or my role might be beneficial to you or your company in the future, right? Remember, your approach isn't about what you need. Your approach is about what you can provide. You will win more friends in a week of being interested than you will in a year of trying to be interesting. Maybe what you even do when you're writing the message is you start with researching. And that brings us to number 4. Somebody give it to me. Number 4 is do your research. Do your research. Now, what do we mean by that? What we mean is if you follow my 3 R's of revenue acceleration, you understand that it's recruitment, referrals, and retention, right? Recruitment, referrals, and retention. That's the cycle. We recruit. We're doing a whole process that gets us some referrals, and then we're looking for retention because the longer we keep them around, the more referrals they can give us, right? It's like a cycle. The more recruiting we can do from our current customers, the longer we keep our current customers, right? But to be able to recruit, you need to know 2 things, just like any sports team. Who am I looking for? What position am I looking to fill? And then what can I do to be the team they want to play for? Right? Do your research. What do you need? What skills are you looking for? What goals are you trying to achieve? Because networking should be strategic. Doesn't mean you have to be a clout chaser. Doesn't mean you have to be an opportunist. Doesn't mean you have to be a people climber, right? But because you've got so many tools built into these digital platforms, your approach should be strategic and you should be proud of it. Your approach should be implemented so that you're gaining not just access to new individuals, but you're gaining knowledge. You're gaining some type of new skill set. You're seeing what kind of talents that you can possibly help them with that you have, and then what talents they have that maybe they can help out one of your causes. Am I making sense? And number 5 is make it fun. Search out fun ways that you can network. If you're going to make this daily, because don't forget, today wasn't so much about the mechanics of networking. I wasn't teaching you so much about taking notes on a conversation you have with them, creating a personnel file. I wasn't coaching you so much on learning their names and how to remember a name as quick as possible. I didn't give you a lot of that today. I just wanted to give you what will help you make this a daily discipline. And the 5th one I got for you is you got to make it fun. If it's going to be sustainable, it has to be fun. Not all networking has to happen at networking events. Take a fun approach, right? Maybe you start reframing the way you look at the people that you see every day. I don't care if you're talking about the Starbucks on your corner. I don't care if you're talking about the Quick Trip where you're standing in line behind somebody. I don't care if you're talking about the restaurant manager. These are all incredible places to start. Why? Because each of these people we just now named, each know hundreds of people from hundreds of different walks of life with whom they engage in on a daily basis, even if they haven't looked into all the interesting things that person is about. But check it out. Once they become a part of your network, once they know who you are and what you do, it's only a matter of time before they come up to you and say, hey, there's somebody I think you need to meet, right? And sometimes you might want to spark that thing off by you being the one that's like, hey, I know somebody you need to meet. Can somebody type that in the comments for me? Hey, I know somebody you need to meet. That should be one of your favorite sentences. If you can't get that sentence off at some point every single week, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Because if you can do it every single week in a year, hey, I know somebody you need to meet, then that's 52 new people you added to your network. Can somebody give me that in the comments? Hey, I know somebody you need to meet. Your network contacts become your connectors. You can also become a connector for others when you introduce them to people in your network. That begins to grow your self-worth. And don't forget, it's network times self-worth that equals net worth. Like anything in life, it's going to take some practice. It's going to take some consistency. Come on, y'all. Hey, I know somebody you need to meet. I know somebody you need to meet, Denise. That's right. I know somebody you need to meet. I know somebody you need to meet. Check it out. Practice and consistency is going to lead you to experience and confidence. That's the way it goes. So try and use some of this stuff today. Try and use one of these disciplines today. Establish something new. If you want new results, you've got to create new activities. Am I making sense to somebody? And in a month's time, you'll start to see some compounding growth. You'll start to see some positive impact on your performance. If you've never ordered one of these, this is our vision board coloring book, right? I talk about this all the time because some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. I never even rode in a Bentley before I bought one. But look at that on the cover. There's a Bentley, right? Isn't that interesting? And my daughter pointed out how this looks like the neighborhood I live in. Matter of fact, my bro's son was just with me and he was just like, hey, this is the neighborhood from Married to Medicine. I don't know if y'all watch Married to Medicine because I don't watch TV. If anybody wants to add me to their Netflix household, no, I'm just playing. But anyway, my point is visualization works. And when you buy this, which I suggest you getting a few for your children as well, each page has a note. Look, you see that fireplace in the bedroom? Tell me why, when I got this house, fireplace in the bedroom. Is that crazy? But anyway, I'm showing you that to show you the note page. You can write your notes right here on different people that you met, why you need to connect with them. Again, this wasn't a class about the principles of networking, but I'm going to tell you, at the end of every FinCon night, I stayed in my hotel room and wrote down every contact, how I met them, why I met them, etc. So each page has real cool images for you and your children to color in. Y'all can kind of do a competition. Everybody can take a page and color it in, right? But then you can also be taking notes on the morning calls, notes on different people you've joined into your network, etc., so forth. All right, y'all. It's affirmation time. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, Ralph, appreciate that share. Appreciate that share. Exactly, Samaya. That's exactly right. If you want new results, you got to create new activities. That's exactly right. Hey, appreciate you too, Damon. Appreciate you too, King. The formula is network times self-worth equals your net worth. Yeah, Dr. Marilyn, I know somebody you need to meet. I know somebody you need to meet. Hey, I know somebody you need to meet. It's a game changer, everybody. All right. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. If you didn't add me on Instagram yet, go to Mr. Haziq Ali. Oh, and if you didn't join the newsletter, I'm tripping. Today, the newsletter comes out, y'all. It says 3:30, but we've been putting it out closer to noon lately, and y'all seem to be enjoying that. So we're going to keep that going. So make sure you join the newsletter before noon. All right, love y'all. It's affirmation time. Call in right now. Call in right now. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. Turn your cool off, man. This is a good time for you to turn your cool off. The whole idea of affirmations is you put some energy in motion. We call it emotion. Put some energy in motion. Visualization and affirmations combined will change your life. Visualization and affirmations combined will change your life. I know that they taught us coloring books is just for children, but you'd be surprised what your conscious mind is free to do. Or what your subconscious mind is free to do when you keep your conscious mind busy and focused on something. And coloring is one of those activities. So order yourself 3 or 4 coloring books today. All right. It's affirmation time. Call in right now. Say it like you mean it. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. Let's go. I am so